Alright, I believe I am recording now. Hey everybody, here's another tutorial, this time on Frankenmeshing. I'm going to pick something really simple just to get the concept across. Well, the idea across. So I'm pretty sure most of you get the concept, which is just chopping a few meshes in half and restitching them together into your own Frankenstein monster. So, we're going to select... I'm going to select the ones I'm going to use. I know, I should be working on toddler clothing, but since a lot of people, some people were reacting quite happily to the tutorial I had linked. Admittedly, a day late I linked it, but point being, it's made people happy. Just a few at the moment, but I figured, hey, people appreciate being taught, so I will teach. Dang it, you Windows! Shush! I don't care. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on! That is one downside to FF Split. It is leaving me with a little less processing power, I think. Alright. There's only one thing to do. More power, Scotty! Please don't attack me for that reference. Oh dear. Oh dear. We appear to be having a problem. Oh my. What have I done? Oh no! Ah! Why workshop? Alright, plan B. Restart it. Alright, everybody. I cut forward because it was taking a while, so now I've come here. And this is the thing I'm going for the top. I'm going to Frankenmesh. Yes. So, you need to get, first things first, you always need to get your multiplier. Nope, nope. I will call it the Frankenmesh. Original, yeah? Let's see, this will be the bottom of the top I'm gonna make, so bottom multi. And again, rip. Man, that's a short skirt. Anyway, we're gonna get a new one now. Come on, man. Come on, it's okay. Do you want up? Come on. Poochie. No, I'm not gonna say it. 1 second, everybody. Jump cut, and welcome back, everyone. And ooh, look at this. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Oh dear, so is it actually in here? Oh good, no, it's just a stencil, okay. And I'm ripping this for the top part of them. Like top multi! You just gotta remember to get every part that you want from the meshes as well. Well, the multis and the mesh pieces. Fringe. Don't care. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So strange, at least a lot stuck in my throat. Anyway, now that we've got everything explored, we can close this now. And we can open up Milkshake. I'm going to import our meshes. Gonna get our tops and bottoms. Oh wait, I'm gonna go to the bottom, but I need to import the top. Now, first things first, we're going to delete everything but the base groups. Because we literally don't need anything but them for right now. And we're gonna hide the top one for right now. Because we're going to try, well, we don't need to try. Because what we're going to do is we're going to select, for this one, I'm going to select everything that is above this row of vertices right here. And I seem to be missing a piece. Maybe? Am I? No? Huh. I guess I'm not. Okay, then in this case, we'll just select everything we need to delete. Delete, 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 delete. Ahem. Woohoo! Okay. So we'll check everything, make sure I didn't select something I shouldn't have. And we're going to hide everything again, because now it's going to serve as a reference for what we need to delete in this mesh right here. As you can see, where is it? Oh, great. We need to go into the mesh a little bit. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think here it is. Here's the top edge of it, so we need to delete everything that's below this row of vertices. Since I marked it over here, and delete. And then we have everything that's still that we need left over for it. So now we can start unhiding. We'll unhide the bottom piece, Control-Shift-H to unhide everything. But we're going to hide things again. We're going to hide everything that isn't along this row of vertices. Okay, now that everything's hidden, we can actually now use the Y viewport to start getting things put together. And you gotta make sure that the upper, in this case we want the upper portion of the mesh to come towards the bottom. Because I like how it's sort of form-fitting and sort of shapely, whereas the original top piece was sort of loose and form-free, so I want it to match the bottom. So we're going to connect it. Now as you can see, oh no, we have leftover vertices. Because if we connect one, we'd have one free. Just snap them all together. I wouldn't recommend trying to snap together more than 3 vertices together, unless it's exceedingly special circumstances. And by exceedingly special, that can greatly depend. But yeah, just nothing over 3, like it was with this just now. If it's trying to connect around the trunk, or if it's around the arms, no more than 3. Because trying to do 4 or 5 is seriously stretching it. Now we need to move these pieces in because we'll sometimes have to readjust a few pieces, and I only need to adjust that one thing. And now this is something that I believe it was Sydney who was asking if it was really important for Frankenmeshing. Because as you can see in the mesh here, where I have connected it together, there is a very definite seam visible. So we're going to select all along the line where we connected it, going to vertex and align normals. And as you can see, it smooths most of it out. We need to go up to the bus though. And do it again for the top portions. Oh, dadnabbit, you... Grr. Are you going to work with me or what? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Is it hidden? Oh my flippin' gosh, it was hidden. Why? Why were you hidden, you jerk? Okay, now. Criminal. But yeah, look over the mesh, because if you wanted to go in line with a certain, well, if you wanted to have a certain sort of lining, you have to check over it every so often in some of the areas over here. See what we look like. It looks like it's sticking out a little more than it should, so I'm going to get some of the vertices here. And I'm just going to scale them in. And since I want them to come in towards it from the sides, we will be editing it from the X portion right here. So point, I'll say 95, because you don't want to go too full. So do it. And actually I did it. Yeah, dang, that did it. That did it. And as you can see, it's quite nice and shapely, and it's got this little fringe on the edge here. Quite nice, quite nice. Now then, here comes the important part when it comes to Frankenmeshing. Editing the UV map. It is a dangerous beast, but one we almost face. Control Shift H. Select, select, dang it, select! Oh gosh. Okay, select. Then we have everything selected. We're going to go to Materials, New, None, and I'm going to get UV Patterns, and open it and assign. And as you can see, there is a grave difference between the two. So what we need to do now is go to our texture coordinator. I already have mine up. It's kind of a habit for me now. And I'm going to go to the one I need to move away. Because you always want to move the one that isn't attached to the most skin is the one you're going to want to move first. So I'm just going to move this bad boy all the way down here. And then, with that out of the way, we can regroup it. So that they all have the same area in the UV map. Remember those issues. Now we need to move the pieces up. And we need to go about attaching the UV map pieces together. My eye itches again. Now we're going to minimize that for the moment, and we're going to click on our 3D viewing window and hit space. Yeah. This maximizes the viewing window we had clicked on previously. So say if you done to this one, it would make that one. Or this one. But point being, we just need this one. Because you need to be looking at this to see what you're doing with the UV map. I'm gonna shrink that down, and we're going to select these faces over here, and fit selection. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to stitch the UV maps together. But first it looks like we're going to have to shrink this one down to scale. So, let's see, that's up and down. I don't need to do that, so it would be, we'll go by 90% the initial size. Well, that was too much. Let's try 95. Nope. 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 Oh well, 98% was the trick. Oh well. We're gonna have to do that for this side too. Zoop. Zoop. Scale. scale. Oh, I gotta do it more for this one. Yeah, here we go. Now they are to scale with each other. Now, when it comes to editing it to get it correctly, it helps to sometimes have the not UV, but the wireframe overlay up for it, because the lines you see, the wireframe you see here, exactly correlates to what's in here. So say, well, we had to combine two vertices to the one down to the lower part. We'd count 1, 2, 3. So that would be. Did I count this one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did count it. So that would be 1, 2, and 3, and then we would take this vertex here, unlock it, and we'll move it to the Y. And as you can see, that straightens it. Well, not straightens it up, but it clears up the image a little bit. It's not bent in on itself. So if you move it back, it straightens out. See? Neat, huh? And we need to do that. So do that to the other side as well. And just making sure to keep an eye on the pieces so that you don't accidentally mess up. And believe me, if there's one thing you want to say frequently while doing, it's doing the UV map. Because if you mess that up, you would have to regroup everything. And it's a huge pain, and it's just better to have various saves that you can go back to. But that's just me. Because for me, this is the most tedious part of making an object. When it takes me a while to release an item, this is why. This is freaking why. Anyway, let's get to the stitching, shall we? We need to bring everything up as close as we can. And since we brought the top piece down to the bottom, we'll do the same thing here. We need to select the vertices we're going to bring together. Helps to get a little bit closer than this. Oh, scale it. It might actually do me better to try to bring this side in line like this, though. I'm going to move it over a little more. You still want the edges to exactly meet up. Alright, now. Perfect. And this is basically stitching the UV together. Try to get the lines as minimal as possible, so it looks like they're completely flushed together. Alright, and as you can see, I'll take off the wireframe for a moment. As you can see here, now the seam is gone. As far as the UV map is concerned, the seam is gone. I'll need to fix this area up here, of course, but yeah. And now we need to do the back. Alright, now as you can see, the back is now lined up as well, but now we need to, as you can see, kind of fix everything. We're going to reset it, and we're going to identify the problem areas. Because as you can see, a majority of the mesh really wasn't, it's just the difference between the two ways the mesh was made. So we're going to select the back areas here, since they're the problem areas. Just this portion right here, and we're going to scale it up. I probably want to unblock that, so we will go up by about maybe, let's say 5%. Oh, come on now. Oh, it didn't register it. Okay, that's too much. Let's try by 2. And we'll move it back into place. That still seems to be a little much. So we'll scale it by 1. And it seems to have done that trick. Seems a bit off right here. So some things you may have to edit by hand, and if you do, it's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect, just nearly perfect. And the back is, for better or worse, is nearly perfect. Now, the bigger challenge here is going to be the top. Because even though it happens in real life, we don't want the patterns that will be appliqued to the top to be overly stretched. So we need to fix this. Sorry, my edges again. Just a cursive imaging eye. Now then, we're gonna need to, oh dear, reset please. We're gonna need to have to zoom in pretty close here and get all the pieces here. Just being careful not to get any piece we shouldn't get, like just now. Leaving the outer edge alone. Because hopefully there will be enough room, quotation marks, enough room that this can slide. Actually, I can move them down in a moment. I'll move this down. Well, I guess I'll have to select these two pieces to make a sacrifice to make it a little longer at the top. Again, not perfect, but for what you need to get it done, it works. Because again, for some UV maps, it's gonna be really hard to get it effectively perfect. So long as you can get it close enough to where it's not gonna be too much stretching of the pattern textures, it's okay. Let's see. Actually, I'll cover that in the next video. For getting the meshes together, that's really all you need to know. In the next video, I will cover how to blend the two textures together in order to make this work even better. So I will see everyone next time. TTFN!